What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. Thank you so much for the love and support, and greetings to my brothers and sisters all the way from Caribbean country. So guys, in today's video I want us to watch and to listen to this powerful speech from the Prime Minister of Barbados. Then guys, I will be back with more comment. Kindly guys, watch this video till the end so that you can get and hear what the Prime Minister of Barbados she came out and say. Watch this video, then I'll be back with more comment.
Mr. President, we need a reset, and we need to reset. Mr. President, of necessity, the reset must also be characterized by institutional reform, which has to start in the United Nations councils. These councils suggest that some are full members and others are only part members, and some may be part-time members and some may be occasional members. All of this has no place in the 21st century. Mr. President, above all else, we need a global reset on peace. There needs to be global peace. And those of us who are old enough would have recognized that there are peaks and valleys as it relates to this issue of conflict. There are few areas where the world is more in need of the United Nations acting as the United Nations to secure the objectives of the Charter than in the area of peace and security. The silence that has engulfed Sudan is unacceptable and may well be rooted in the racism that the world still carries as a badge of honor from the victories of the last great war of the World War II. The actions in Myanmar cannot continue. Ukraine has sucked more oxygen out of the global community and the global financial system than any of us can appropriately accept at the very time when the world needs to be applying its resources and efforts to fight in the greatest crisis known to mankind. And the spread of the war from Gaza to the consequences in the West Bank to now clearly what is happening in Lebanon as we speak with Israel, all of these are but the tip of an iceberg of death, violence, and instability, and robs the global community of oxygen and resources at the very time when we need it most in a strategic way. We all know, as students of history, that even the longest war in history came to an end. These wars, yes, they too will come to an end. But the question is when and at what cost, and without much loss of life, with how many children not being able to be either given the chance to live or will now live with memories of war that will affect their every action for the next 60, 70, 80 years of their lives. Innocent people are paying the price with the one thing that is theirs to give, and they don't give it willingly. It is their life. Unless we address the root causes of these wars one by one, and the manners in which they are being sustained and financed, we will never know anything else other than war and rumors of war in these theaters. The transmittal of these scenes of horror in real time into people's bedrooms, into people's living rooms, will trigger two extreme reactions, neither of which are acceptable to us in the third decade of the 21st century. We will either get the desensitizing of ordinary people to the loss of lives, especially those of innocent children and women on the one hand, or we will get on the other hand the anger and inclination for vengeance that it spawns necessarily. We need peace. And it cannot be too difficult for us to work for peace. It is the same Bible that tells us in the stories of the Old Testament, much which has guided many people across this world. But when we turn from the Old Testament to the New Testament, it is Romans that says to us, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, not any country, not any human being. So that the Bible can't be used as a convenient aid when it suits us and rejected when it doesn't. In the midst of this maelstrom, we were very clear. My country took the step this year of recognizing and establishing diplomatic relations with the state of Palestine, in spite of having supported a two-state solution since 1969. And we did this because it is clear to us that the state and people of Palestine, human beings, are entitled to full recognition by integration into and support from the international community. The Charter does not say we the people, with the exception of any one group from any one part of the world. We join with others, therefore, in congratulating the state of Palestine in taking their seat among the United Nations member states, as they did on the 10th of September of this year. And let me be clear, we condemn the actions of Hamas on October 7th. But we equally and strongly deplore the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, which is the result of the disproportionate use of force by Israel. There's no justification for it. And that is why treaties exist governing the rules of engagement for war. Because we as human beings learnt better and know better and committed to better. A two-state solution, no matter how elusive it may appear to be now, is the only answer. And I've said already this week that we have known difficult battles in mankind's history. But when we were in it, we didn't think we could achieve it, but we did. We abolished slavery. We removed apartheid in South Africa. These battles are not beyond our creativity, our capacity, and our resilience to resolve them. Similarly, we insist that the killing in Ukraine really has to stop. The people of Ukraine must be allowed to live within the internationally recognized boundaries of their state in peace and freedom from the threat of use or force. And as I said, it is sucking too much oxygen out of the global financial system, and countries that should be the beneficiary of aid are being told that they may have to wait in the interest of the defense of others because of war. I say to us truly, there has to be a singular commitment to build a peace. Truly. Mr. President, my own region has not escaped the scourge of instability and violence. The Americas do not constitute today a theater of war, but we are today witnessing, for some years now, an unprecedented escalation in the number and caliber of assault weapons which are finding themselves in the hands of criminals who are wreaking havoc on the legal systems and our societies, particularly in the small island developing states of the Caribbean and indeed in the wider states of Central and Latin America. This scourge caused by guns manufactured in the United States of America primarily also requires a fundamental reset. The right of persons to bear arms in countries not engaged in military conflict should not be an opening to accept as legitimate the presence of assault weapons in countries. It is simply not right. There is no place for assault weapons in our societies. I turn now to the fate of the people of Haiti, which continues to be of major concern to our people in the Caribbean region. The global community now has an opportunity for an essential reset with how it addresses its relationship with Haiti, and which has been born in all kinds of semi and partial concern over the course of the last few decades. We continue to have it as a recurring decimal because we have failed to solve the problems and put them on a sustainable path to development for its people. What is needed is transformation of our sister nation. And yes, we must provide first and foremost security, but transformation must be its handmaiden. The government and people of Haiti need the full support of the international community, not just in the short term, but in the long term. And yes, this starts by extending the mandate of the Multinational Security Support Force, escalating the work of the United Nations, deploying all the tools of bilateral, regional, and global cooperation, not excluding countries who want to participate for spurious reasons, ensuring that those of us who can step up to the plate by significantly increasing the pledge funds, that we do so, because we know that it takes cash to be able to deploy the forces and the police necessary to help with the restoration, so that Haitian mother or that Haitian child can go about their day-to-day life without fear of being assaulted or killed or being denied the right to work because of their simple fear of walking the streets. The Caribbean community has been working hard this year to support our largest member state. And in the early part of the first few months of this year, we met on Haiti almost 3 to 4 times a week to guarantee the stability that we ask you now to help us secure. We thank the efforts of the Eminent Persons Group of former CARICOM prime ministers who were on the front line of helping to resolve this complex problem day in and day out, so that we could find a political consensus for Haiti. That Haiti had at this General Assembly both the interim president of the Transitional Council and Prime Minister Cornille is a remarkable achievement given where Haiti was in February of this year. Let them continue on a path, please, of securing their future. And we cannot be on this podium speaking about Haiti without thanking Kenya and President Ruto for their remarkable leadership. After many delays and in what represents now a historical precedent for an African country, they have ensured that an African country has taken the lead in helping to tackle the peace and security challenge beyond its own continent. That is the kind of reset that we need in the international community. And Mr. President, you cannot come on this platform, regrettably, although I look forward to the day when I will not have to say it, when we must ask for reprieve for the people of Cuba. It is unacceptable, it is unconscionable, and that it continues today is a mark on our international conscience. The Cuban people continue to face the most dire of economic circumstances, and that this is directly as a result of its exclusion and its designation as a state sponsor of terrorism. And I have addressed our only knowledge of terrorism, and Cuba is in fact the downing of the Cubana plane off the waters of Barbados, where Cubans, Guyanese, and Koreans were killed. My friends, Cuba has been a valuable partner, stepping up for us when it has mattered most, by the provision of nurses and doctors in pandemics, and by the provision of other essential workers when the global community needed it, and when people needed to be liberated in Southern Africa. The reality is that we must have and continue to have resolve in calling for the embargo to be lifted, and we will condemn it year after year after year because it is simply wrong. As we say so, we pray that the people of Cuba, as they determine what damages they have found from Hurricane Helen, as well as we pray for the people of Florida, who clearly are going to spend the next few days identifying the damage as a result of a hurricane that hit Category 4 when it reached Florida. This is the climate crisis that we speak about. The people of Nigeria are still counting the bodies with respect to the floods that took place there. We have hard work to do. In our own Caribbean region, Beryl literally decimated the islands of Carriacou and Union Island, and indeed would have affected Grenada and St. Vincent more broadly. Jamaica and my own country's coastal infrastructure was significantly affected, with our fishing industry, 90% of it being decimated. This season of superlatives, with its floods and droughts, its hurricanes and fires, will take the lives and livelihoods of too many. The climate crisis is hitting us almost weekly across the globe. The deniers of the climate crisis, they too need a reset.
So guys, I hope you have watched and listened to that powerful speech from the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mottley. Mottley, she's known for fighting for the rights of the black people, and also she's known for defending the Caribbean country, and also she's spreading peace amongst our country. We want to see unity amongst our country. She has come out and called these colonizers, these white people who are making some of the country to have a fight to stop, because look what it is happening in Israel, look what it is happening in Lebanon, look what it is happening in Haiti. It is all because of these colonizers. It is all because of these white people who they don't want to leave this country. They are now making a fight to happen in this country, and that's why the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mottley, she has come out and called peace and unity amongst our country. She wants these colonizers to leave this country alone. She wants these colonizers who are making these people to fight to leave their country to be unstable, to be stable. And also she's calling equality amongst our country. We want to see equal amongst our country. You have seen recently Africans, they have been given a seat in United National General Assembly. The African countries, they have been given a 2 seats to represent them in United National General Assembly. But you can see these 2 seats that the Africans, they have been given, it is a powerless seat. They cannot vote, they cannot they are seat that they have been given, they just can go and attend this meeting, but they cannot vote, they cannot make any decision. And this is not what we want as African people. We want to be given the same equality, the equal that they are given the UK, the Chinese, the American. It is the same equality that we want also as African to be given. We don't want to go in this meeting, and in this meeting we cannot, with the Africans, they are not allowed to vote, they are not allowed to make any decision. This is like this is like nothing. And that's why Africans, they have denied these 2 seats that they have been given, because we want a seat which it has a power. Also, as Africans, we want to discuss, we want to give out our vote. Not only these big boys, it is like that. It is like these people, they are still, they don't want Africans to make the decision. They don't want Africans to be independent. And that's why they are giving these 2 seats with a powerless, with these 2 seats being a powerless seat, so that Africans cannot vote, they cannot make any decision. And this is what the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mottley, she's now calling equality amongst our country, amongst Africans. And also she's calling these colonizers to get out of our country, because they are making our country to fight. Look what it is happening in Haiti. The Haiti, it is because of the colonizers. It is because of these white people who are turning their leaders to be puppet, who are turning the Haiti leaders to be corrupt leaders. That's why the Haiti people, they are fighting. And also Mottley, she's calling these people to stop making Haiti people to fight. We need to see peace in Haiti. We need to see peace growing in Haiti. And also recently we saw that the Jamaican forces, they have gone in Haiti. They have also joined the Kenyan police in Haiti to see if they can bring peace and unity in Haiti. But this is not a good move, because Haiti is a predominantly black nation. And why are they using our black the black people to fight against the black people, because we as black people, we are not the one who started the fight in Haiti. The white people are the ones who started the fight in Haiti. And also these people, they are now coming and using the Kenyan police and Jamaican soldier to fight the Haiti people. This is not what this is not what it is supposed to happen. These people, if they want Haiti to be in peace, they need to leave Haiti. They need to stop turning their leaders to be puppet. They need to stop making their leaders to sell out the country to them, and that's why this fight will stop in Haiti. And this, it has now going for several times. Look what it is happening in Israel. It is all because of these people. Look what it is happening in Lebanon. It is because of these people. And that's why I really love the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mottley, because she's always speak the truth. She always try to stop these people to take advantage in some of the country, and that it is the leaders that we want, and that the leaders that we want to see in Africa, that's the leader we want to see in the Caribbean. If we will get leaders like Mottley and Ibrahim Traore, some of the African country, some of the Caribbean country, which it is predominantly a black nation, it will be going forward. And also, guys, I just want you also to make your decision, to make your comment on the comment section, so that we can also learn together. Let's communicate more on the comment section. And remember, guys, you can like this video, you can share this video, so that this video can go viral and also a lot of people can see what it is happening. For me, I can tell you guys that the decision that this money country, that these colonizers country, they have made towards African, it is not a good decision. How can they give out a 2 seat to Africans, and the seat they're making it to be powerless? That it is nothing. They need to give out a seat with full power, so that also African can vote, Africans can make decision. These people, they only want Africa not to make decision because they want to benefit from Africa. They want to benefit from the Caribbean, and that's why they are not consider Africa as the powerful country. And for me, I've always tell you that Africa, it is a powerful country. Africa, it is a big continent. Africa, it is the rich continent. These people, they know what they are doing. They cannot give Africa full power, because they know if Africa, they will be given a full power, Africans can do more, can develop and can do more than their country. And that's why they want African to be powerless, so that they can rendering, they can plumbering, they can taking our resources that they are used to take the resources from here in Africa. So kindly, guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share and comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.